You can't see me, but time is now. You can't see me, but time is now. Guys, I've been away for a long time from wrestling. But if they play their cards right, this might just bring me back. Um, Look, you see, what makes wrestling work is to shock people. That's what you want, is to shock people. Because, and I'll tell you about the most shocking moments in wrestling history, but what makes wrestling amazing is, well, two key things: great characters, great storylines. No, three. It's the triforce: great matches, great characters, great storylines. That's the Triforce. Hence why the Attitude Era is goated, because you had great characters, Mankind, Stone Cold, The Rock. You had great matches, Mankind against Undertaker, Hell in a Cell, the um, Vince McMahon against Stone Cold against the Rock. And again, you had amazing storylines. Bro, when Vince's car got blown up, the storyline between Rock and Stone Cold, which lasted for ages. So it was always about, can these guys get back to the Attitude Era, which is you bring that edge and take risks. Because I always thought that, because watch the Royal Rumble. Cena, it's his last year before he retires. He's going to come back. He's going to win the Royal Rumble. Then he's going to fight WrestleMania. It's going to be an emotional thing, and he'll beat John Cena. Sorry, he beats Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Blah 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 blah. And then when he lost, I was like, oh, okay. So he doesn't win the Royal Rumble. He doesn't have one last WrestleMania main event. So what's his angle gonna be? Basically, see, someone on the YouTube comments, they said that like The Rock activated him like the Winter Soldier got activated. He got activated like the Winter Soldier. Um, like this is shocking, because he's such a good guy. He's such like a goody two shoes good guy that I don't think anybody would have foreseen this. And literally, I've seen the YouTube clip about 20 times, because I keep looking at people's reactions in the crowd, and you could just see the genuine shock of people in the crowd. Because see, I always said about wrestling is, wrestling at its best is the best form of entertainment, because it combines the two things. It combines sports, live theater, and movies. So it's the best of both worlds. So it feels like sports because it appears to be real and it almost feels real. But unlike sports, it actually is pre-written. So it's always trying to entertain you and always trying to give you the best possible storyline and always trying to make things as shocking and as entertaining for you. So it combines the best of live sports and the best of live theater and the best of just movies and storylines. Wrestling at its best. That is when it's at its best. And it's always been at its best. Hence why, like, I've been away from it, because, like, after the Attitude Era, I was away. So the whole John Cena, because like the last time I was fully interesting was the Attitude Era with The Rock, Mankind, Stone Cold. Then afterwards, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm out. When they just, once it began to become so much like a soap opera, I was, because I think I remember because there was one skit that was done with Mark Henry, and I actually literally remember the moments when I was like, okay, you know what, I'm out, I'm out. You know, but this is interesting. This is generally interesting, um, because depending on how they play this could be a very interesting storyline, because you already have the people hooked. Because what you want to do is to shock people. And I'm going to tell you why, if they play their cards right, this could be a great storyline. This could be a great storyline. Because, see, I'm one of those guys where again, I don't want to feel like an old fogey, but the beauty of wrestling back in the day, like in the Macho Man era and the Attitude Era, was, though it was pre social media, so you could almost really put forth that illusion. Guys, I thought there was something generally wrong with Mankind. I thought because you never saw him get interviewed. You never really saw the real Mankind. So all you just saw was this psycho with a sock and just who was just going crazy in a hell in a cell. But I think because of social media and there's a lot more access, that mystique that was so great has been lost. But if they play this right, and they begin to blur the lines of reality and fiction, this could be interesting. Um, Hold on. So my thing is, look, here's the thing. I like how The Rock is going because I've got a very weird relationship with The Rock because, bro, The Rock, this guy was my idol. I still have his autobiography. The People's Champ. I still have his autobiography. So I'm not a fan of Dwayne Johnson. I'm not, but I've always been a fan of The Rock, and this is what I've always said. Shout out to Hulk Hogan, racist. Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man, Ric Flair, Stone Cold, Mankind, Undertaker. I feel pound for pound the most impactful, greatest wrestler of all time is The Rock. What he did for wrestling is unlike any other. Do you know why it's called SmackDown? That segment's called SmackDown. It's because of The Rock. He popularized that term called layeth the smack the downeth. So the reason why there is a segment called SmackDown is because of The Rock. Like his popularity was insane. And I looked at the highest earning actors in Hollywood like of the past year. Dwayne Johnson is number one. That's not because he's a great actor. That's not because he's in great films. That is just because of how popular he was as a wrestler. Look at how popular Hulk Hogan was. But Terry Bolley's films were garbage. And he's a garbage actor. Dwayne Johnson ain't a great actor, but people love him so much. And The Rock is literally one of the most popular characters of all time. That he has been able to ride off that incredible popularity and the love of people based on his impact on wrestling. That is why he is the GOAT of wrestling. But the angle he's taking here, which is pretty much a heel and a villain, and him now sort of doing the whole to Cena, this could be interesting. So this is what I wanted to go. So why is this so impactful? Because this mirrors what I believe is the most shocking moment in wrestling history. Before I put it, so think about it. What is the most shocking moment in wrestling history? There's only one. I'll give you moments just to think about it. Let's think about it. The most shocking moments in wrestling history. I'll give you a clue. WCW. Know it? This is by far the most shocking moments in wrestling history. Rest in peace to the legend Razor Ramon. When Hulk Hogan turned heel. Now, let's separate the two. Terry Bollea is a racist piece of crap. The guy is a racist, he's a loser, and he's a piece of crap. But fair is fair. I was a Hulk Hogan fan. I had Hulk Hogan toys. That was my hero. That was my idol. And I remember watching this live. Because, this was a moment when the WWF wasn't that great. Everything was all circulating around Shawn Michaels, and a lot of the wrestlers began to go into WCW. So, oh wow, Hogan's at WCW, wow. And then he comes in and then he turns heel. And then, because remember, the original members of the NWO was Razor Ramon and Kevin Nash, Diesel. So once Hulk Hogan now joined them, it was like, the most good guy has become a heel. I remember I literally remember where I was sitting, and when I was watching this, I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I was in shock. And they played this to perfection. Because one of the craziest heels of all time is Hollywood Hogan, where he painted his beard black. Bro, that NWO run with Hollywood Hogan and all those guys, bro, it's undefeated. Like, there's never been an edgier crew and a better crew than the NWO, where literally these guys used to take over segments. It was literally Sting against the NWO. Like Sting was like literally almost everybody joined the NWO apart from Sting, you know. So and that storyline was amazing. So my thing though is because how do you relive this? This is still wrestling zenith. Was Rock and Stone Cold, and also, so as much as I say The Rock is the GOAT, guys, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Don't mess with what that guy's impact, because that impact is in the same category as The Rock. Because Stone Cold, that was a huge character, and the reason why the Attitude Era was so big because arguably two of the most impactful wrestlers of all time were both at their peak at the same time. I, The Rock and Stone Cold. I remember when I was like in like a computer room in school, and they had like a voting thing of like who to vote for. So on one you had the Brahma Bull, and on one you had like the Flaming Skull, and literally it was 50-50. So it was a split of like whether you were for The Rock or whether you were for Stone Cold. So even if I was for The Rock, I still liked Stone Cold. So as much as I was for The Rock, I was like, yeah, I'm for The Rock, but I actually like Stone Cold as well because I liked both of them. So I never, because I couldn't say Stone Cold because he was, when you're young and a guy is against the establishment, against the system, and he's against Vince McMahon, you've got to love it. So if you were a certain age, you love Stone Cold. Like there was nobody that, like I think Stone Cold really, even if The Rock is a GOAT, Stone Cold epitomized the Attitude Era in terms of being against the establishment and what he meant being against authority and everything. Because I was a guy who I hated rules, I hated, I despised school, and I despised being told what to do. So Stone Cold resonated with me, who was a guy who hated the system and hated rules. But how do you get back to this? I'm going to say something pretty crazy. Now, that's Cody Rhodes' wife, Brandy Rhodes, who's she had. Now, I think she's retired from wrestling. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think she was in AEW, so Brandy Rhodes, and I think she might have retired. You see, if it's me, I'm calling up Triple H. I'm calling up Mr. Paul Levesque. I'm calling up Triple H, The Rock, and say, you need to get Brandy Rhodes involved. And John Cena needs to do something to Brandy Rhodes. Because remember how in the Attitude Era, like, things just got crazy. Where Stephanie McMahon was brought in and just mad stuff was being done. I think to really sell this angle, you need John Cena to do something crazy to Brandy Rhodes. To Brandy Rhodes. Like break into her house, assault her, just do stuff that's where people are like, what? Because you're sitting on a gold mine here, where John Cena has turned heel. And how evil can you make him? How bad can you make him? Because WCW, they decimated WWF with the Hollywood Hogan and NWO storyline. Because that was the best show in town. Like nobody, no wrestling fan was watching the WWF. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, Hogan has turned heel. Our eyes were glued to that storyline. So right now, guys, wait, John Cena has turned heel. So everybody's eyes are now glued, but you need to stick the landing. You need to stick that landing. So just look at his face. But you know, I'm gonna watch. I'm actually gonna watch this thing again. This was hilarious, man. I want to just know what they're gonna do because WrestleMania is this month, isn't it? I think WrestleMania is this month. So again, correct me if I'm wrong. So who's the WrestleMania about? Are they the WrestleMania about? Someone correct me, but you could do something very interesting with this storyline, bro. You could do something because you see, if it's me, again, if let's say I was a writer, I'm taking heat from the Hollywood Hogan storyline, which is I'm gonna make John Cena one of the most evil characters in history. And he's going to do some of the most despicable things you've ever seen. And I'm going to make it where he hates his fans. He craps on his fans, where he almost pretty much decimates his legacy. You know what? You know what I'd do. This is what I set up. I set up a thing where like a kid has like the "you can't see me" thing and comes for an autograph. He grabs the thing, tears it up, and throws it away, and the kid starts to cry. So because again, I think it's on YouTube. So there's a thing where Teddy Biasi, $1 million man, where he tells a young kid has lots of people like, tells this young kid that, okay, if you bounce the ball like I think 20 times, he'll give the kid like a gift. And I think the kid is like on like 18, 19. Then Teddy Biasi basically moves the ball away. And the look on this kid's face, I was like, wow, but that's the beauty of wrestling. That's the beauty of wrestling, because as much as all of us, because look, I'll always be a kid at heart. Like, that's why I'll never grow up. I'll always be immature. So, as much as I'm out of wrestling, there will always be a part of me that will always be into wrestling because I'm a kid at heart. And that immaturity and that love I had will never fully go away. But for the kids, though, you could really do something interesting here. You could do something interesting. So again, look, Triple H called me. Triple H, because I have ideas. I have so many ideas of what you could do to John Cena. Because if it's me, I'm going all the way. As in, we are crossing the line. Where almost to the case of where even if let's say John Cena gets invited on The View, he's a prick. Let's say they ask him on The View, like, what about, are you really like, and he's actually a prick. And this guy is just the worst of the worst. Bro, that would be so good. But what is it? So tell me guys what you think. Tell me guys what you think. But yeah, my eyes will be peeled to see what's going to do with your boy John Cena, man. All right, one love.